saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
You're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too.
My cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. That's what I was.
Due to remarks she made regarding Elon Musk on The View, Whoopi Goldberg is apparently crying and professing her sincere apologies. Musk has sued Goldberg and the host for $80 million, alleging that they propagated false information and committed defamation. According to Goldberg's emotional outburst, she never meant to damage Musk's name and attributed her remarks to a miscommunication. By jokingly implying that she was referring to her cat rather than Elon, she even attempted to shift part of the blame onto her cat.
Okay, I need to clean something up because my cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. That's what I was thinking of that. I wasn't trying to indicate that they were actually standing there with their legs out, hoping he would trip.
Musk's claim is based on statements he made implying that he and J.D. Vance were planning to control the government if former President Donald Trump were ousted. The case has spurred discussions about media ethics, responsibility, and free expression. While Musk's supporters think the lawsuit establishes a crucial precedent against false information, detractors contend it would stifle free speech. People are wondering if Goldberg's tears are an act of sincere regret or an effort to avoid facing legal repercussions, as her emotional reaction is currently making the rounds on the internet. Musk's daring legal action may, in any case, change the way public leaders hold the media responsible for hurtful remarks. Musk's complaint centers on allegations of slander and defamation, which Goldberg now maintains were inadvertent. According to Goldberg, who is defending herself, the comments regarding Musk and J.D. Vance plotting to take over the government were misunderstood. She insisted that her remarks were intended to be humorous and not taken seriously. Musk's legal team contends, however, that her remarks were made maliciously and without supporting evidence, harming his reputation. According to the lawsuit, these kinds of comments exacerbate public mistrust and disinformation, leading to more extensive discussions over media accountability. Celebrities and TV hosts should be held to higher standards, according to Musk's supporters, particularly when making grave accusations. But some are worried that the case would restrict free expression. Goldberg's heartfelt apologies hasn't stopped arguments because some doubt her sincerity. As the lawsuit drives media outlets to put accuracy ahead of sensationalism, Musk's backers keep pushing for greater journalistic standards. Musk's supporters and detractors of the mainstream media have been especially supportive of his lawsuit. Many believe that his legal move is an attempt to demand accountability and counter false information. Hashtags such as cancel the view and support Elon are trending on social media. Goldberg's emotional reaction and attempts to place the responsibility on her cat, according to supporters, only serve to confirm viewers' assumptions that the program is unprofessional. The case, according to Musk's supporters, may hold the viewpoint responsible for its history of making divisive remarks about public people. Musk's money and power, detractors' fear, might stifle free expression and dissenting opinions. Whatever the case, Musk's supporters stress that the goal of the lawsuit is to ensure fairness and ethical journalism, not to silence critics. It is evident that this issue involves more than just slander, because of Goldberg's emotional interviews and efforts to minimize the incident, which have only heightened discussions. It has to do with changing the media environment and its public duty.
But when you have deliberate, concerted, repeated pushing of hoaxes, you're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too far.
And you're supposed to be the good guys.
You're supposed to, and you claim to be the good guys? I'm like, exactly.
You're supposed to be the progressives.
Yes, the Dems are like, oh, we're the good guys. We're the honest people. No, hang on. You can't claim to be the good guys. You can't claim to be the honest people if you're deliberately pushing hoaxes that have been debunked thoroughly.
Yeah.
Well, we're like even Snopes, which is a liberal thing, says it's bogus.
Yeah.
Like the Fine People hoax.
Obama just said that.
Musk's lawsuit has stoked long-standing criticism of The View for putting sensationalism ahead of facts. Allegations of unprofessionalism have only been strengthened by Goldberg's heartfelt apology and strange cat explanation. The show frequently targets well-known people for ratings, according to critics, and frequently lacks accountability. In order to undermine the show's credibility, Musk's supporters cite previous incidents in which the hosts made contentious remarks. Numerous people have called for the show to be canceled again, claiming that it is using entertainment to preach misinformation and discord. Musk's lawsuit, according to others, might compel networks to adopt more stringent editorial standards. Others argue that a preferable course of action would be to increase fact-checking instead of canceling. Goldberg's passionate defense and comedic attempts to shift the responsibility might not be sufficient to salvage the show's image. Whether the case is successful or not, it has heightened discussions about the need of fair reporting and how talk programs influence public opinion. The idea that the image incited violence is one of the most contentious allegations in Musk's case. Goldberg's remark during the program about someone possibly tripping Trump may be seen as encouraging damage, according to Musk. The statement was later rejected by Goldberg as a joke about her pet. However, some contend that when jokes are aired to millions of people, they can be harmful. The risks of normalizing violent discourse are emphasized by Musk's defenders, particularly in the divisive environment of today. Musk's detractors argue that his lawsuit misrepresents Goldberg's remarks and might potentially stifle free speech and comedy. Several people have expressed concern about Goldberg's sincerity of regret in response to her tearful apology and assertions that her cat was a distraction. The larger problem of establishing limits for political commentary and comedy in the media is brought to light by Musk's lawsuit. Future interpretations of intent and accountability in public discourse may be influenced by the decision, which could redraw these lines. Concerns over media bias have been rekindled by Musk's lawsuit, especially in organizations like ABC. Critics contend that programs such as The View frequently prioritize political narratives over the truth. Many people view Goldberg as a symbol of biased media practices, and her impassioned defense and odd allusions to her cat have not reduced tensions. Musk's supporters think the case might upend these prejudices and compel networks to follow more stringent guidelines. Critics fear that Musk's legal move could result in censorship, which would restrict free speech. Goldberg's emotional collapse has sparked discussions about whether her regret is sincere or a ploy to get out of trouble. In any case, the lawsuit requests reforms to guarantee fair and balanced reporting and highlights the growing skepticism of traditional media. A further element of controversy has been added by Goldberg's previous remarks. Resurfaced clips showed her calling Trump a buddy, which was a stark contrast to her current comments. There have been conflicting responses to Goldberg's heartfelt apology and her attempts to justify her remarks as cat-induced diversions. Some see it as a way to avoid criticism, while others share her remorse. The hypocrisy argument is rejected by Musk's detractors who contend that beliefs change over time. Nonetheless, proponents of Musk contend that these contradictions highlight the necessity of media narrative responsibility. Nevertheless, Goldberg's sobs and evasive responses haven't helped to diffuse the controversy and maintain the focus on the lawsuit's wider ramifications. Media accountability demands have increased as a result of Musk's lawsuit, with supporters calling for stricter guidelines for public remarks. Goldberg's odd defense involving her cat and her heartfelt apology have only increased scrutiny and sparked debate about the professionalism of the media. Critics worry that Musk's legal action might stifle free speech, while supporters maintain that it could restore integrity by confronting careless remarks. The case has spurred discussions about striking a balance between ethical journalism and free speech, despite the conflicting responses. Regardless of Musk's outcome, his legal action has already made a statement regarding the necessity of responsible and moral reporting in the media sector. How do you feel about Elon Musk's lawsuit? To fight false information is a brave step, right? Drop your opinions in the comments. And if you found this content interesting, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.